You're just going to make sure you can hear us, Bubble.
This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Aussie Mac Zone 401.
Awesome, 401.
Zarn, we're actually in the studio together. Yeah, rocking it. Thank you, wife, telling me that everything's transmitting properly. So, Zarn, how you been?
Excellent, Michael. It's great to be back in the studio.
Just thought we'd chuck it in there, yeah. Just for a change. Australia Day today. Happy Australia Day to everybody.
I'm sorry.
So 401. Now, today's Wednesday.
It is.
Last Monday, 2 days ago.
Yep.
Happy birthday to our favourite computer. Okay, so it was the Mac's 38th birthday on Monday. I posted a story on Apple News Aussie Mac Zone page by the New Daily with some of my own comments. And, of course, there's a link in the show notes. 38 years old. 38 years old for the Mac.
That's fantastic. To think that, back then, how much RAM did that have?
128K.
Yep.
And no hard drive.
Yep. And I've got 100.
Wasn't until the SE30 came out.
And I've got 128 gig in that. Now. Yeah. And it's old. I'm sure yours is
floppy drive.
Yeah. I'm sure yours, how many gig is yours?
Oh, mine's only a little one, 64.
64? I don't even think they come out in 64 anymore, do they? I think it's 128.
No. 64. It's always the smallest.
Yeah.
Always the smallest, like me. It's about blah, 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 blah. I can't even tell you where it is. Capacity 64.
Yeah, 64. There we go.
Yeah.
So our phones now have more capacity than the first Apple computer 38 years ago.
Mine, yours 128.
Yeah. Gig.
Yeah. So 128 would be
1,000 times.
1,000 times.
Yeah, 1,000 times bigger.
Yeah. On the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how far we've come. This is fantastic. The computer age, kicked off. Around then, we did have computers before that, but the home computer, kicked off, basically 38 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we have a computer in our hand.
Yeah, that's
everywhere we go.
My favourite ever since. So yeah, I've earned my living off it for
almost that amount of time.
Almost that amount of time, yeah. I've basically even supplemented my income for that amount of time.
Yeah.
So yeah. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Got to keep pressing the right
At time here and time there, I've also supplemented my income off it.
So,
thanks to the family business.
But yeah, it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
It is.
So what about our next story?
Yeah, so China accused of hijacking Australia Prime Minister Scott Morrison's WeChat account. The Australian Prime Minister is still yet to retrieve access to his WeChat despite making contact with the Chinese community hours ago. ZNet reported a Liberal member of Parliament has accused the Chinese government of foreign interference after Prime Minister Scott Morrison's account on WeChat was hijacked. It is a matter of record that the platform has stopped the Prime Minister's access while Anthony Albanese's account is still active, featuring posts, criticism of the government, Liberal Representative Gladys Liu said. In an election year, especially this sort of interference in our political process is unacceptable, and this matter should be taken extremely seriously by all Australian politicians. As part of the accusation against the Chinese government, Liu said she would boycott using her official and personal WeChat account until an explanation was provided by the platform about the incident. Various coalition members have also backed Liu's accusations and boycott with the Parliamentary Joint Committee on Intelligence and Security Chair and Liberal Senator James Paterson, calling for opposition leader Anthony Albanese to follow suit in boycotting WeChat. Update. ABC reported Chinese businessmen reveal why he brought Scott Morrison's account. The Chinese businessman who has taken over Scott Morrison's WeChat account says he brought it because he wanted a platform with lots of followers and insists the transaction had nothing to do with politics. So the keynotes here, the new owner told the ABC that he brought the Scott Morrison's account in November last year. He says he is planning to delete all the content posted by Mr. Morrison. He would not say how much he paid for the account. So forgetting the politics for a minute, why would I spend time and effort building a following on WeChat only to have it sold out from underneath me?
Exactly right. Like,
there's more on the show notes as well.
Yeah, but like if I'm developing, like the idea is to promote yourself, promote a business, whatever. That's what they want us to do.
Yeah.
And then someone else can come along and buy it because they want the number of followers already. Like,
well, Anthony Albanese has just as many, if not more, followers anyway.
Yeah.
And they're not selling his. Just saying.
But who sold it? Like, did someone hijack it? Not the government. I'm not saying the government. I'm not going to get into a political thing.
Yeah.
Did someone hijack it and then sell it? Like,
well, I doubt very much that the government had anything to do with hijacking it and selling it, especially if it was sold to a businessman.
Yeah.
I would say this is a hacker that's decided to do this on his own accord to make the money. And it sounds like the businessman may have had a plan to, find somebody to do that.
Yeah.
So all political garbage aside, he's paid someone to do something like that. Yeah. And with the relationship he's had with that country, I can see why they would choose him to hijack his account. It's a little bit funny. Just saying, I find it a little amusing.
A bit strange.
Yeah, it is also a little strange. And even though, he wants all those followers and everything like that, once they realise it's not his account and they're deleting
it, you think they go away?
They're going to drop off. Yeah, they're going to drop off anyway. I think it's one way to get him off of WeChat, and it worked. He's not using it. He can't get access to it. And it's only him. It's no other politician, And,
anyway.
Yeah.
That's the challenge we face.
Couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Meta and Twitter want a review of Australia government social media laws next year. All testimonies before the Select Committee on Social Media and Online Safety on Tuesday called for social media companies to be held more responsible for the trolling that resides on their platforms. ZNet ZDNet reported, Meta, formerly Facebook, and Twitter have called for Australia's federal government to review the effectiveness of the country's digital platforms regulation in light of the passing. Sorry, hang on. In light of the passing of the Online Security Act, along with anti-trolling and online privacy laws being under consideration. Both tech giants made these demands in submissions to the Select Committee on Social Media and Online Safety, with Twitter writing that the committee should conduct a review of the online safety space in Australia 1 year from its initial report, which is due next month. The Select Committee on Social Media and Online Safety was established late last year to inquire into the practices of major technology companies and consider evidence relating to impact social media platforms have on the mental health of Australians. The committee's inquiry was approved by the federal government with the intention of building on the proposed social media legislation to unmask trolls. Twitter said the recent passing of the Online Security Act and the government's federal probe only running for 3 months is not enough time to effectively implement digital platforms legislation. With a range of factors that need to be considered to holistically advance online safety, we therefore asked for the timeline to be extended for the Select Committee inquiry into social media and online safety to allow for the effective introduction and implementation of the Online Security Act or Safety Act, and to ensure meaningful consultation with the community, Twitter wrote to the committee. Meta, meanwhile, wrote in its submission that the federal government should make statutory reviews of new digital platforms legislation mandatory to ensure they are effective and fit for purpose, specifically pointing out the significant amount of new legislation that has been passed. Policymakers should be alive to the risk of overlapping, duplicative and inconsistent rules across different laws, Meta said. The Digital Industry Group, the Australian industry group advocating for tech giants, including Facebook, Google, TikTok, and Twitter, shared a similar sentiment in its submission to the Parliamentary Committee. In its submission, DIGI wrote that proposed regulatory measures, such as making age verification mandatory on social media platforms, have been put in the limelight without any legislative notice. It said that it had given the unprecedented implications of age verification of Australians on a range of digital services. It said wider consultation must first take place if we're to be implemented. DIGI added that the slew of new laws could result in overlap and recommended that the federal government consider streamlining online safety regulation in a singular Online Safety Act. In other words, they want one for Australia, not one for each state and Australia. So, yeah, it's a bit heavy, but due to all the hassles and the trolling and that officials get, as people get popular, people start hammering them for whatever reason.
They're in the public eye.
Yes.
It's not like it wasn't happening before social media.
No, but it's also like kids are getting hammered at school, for example, for wearing different shoes or using a different phone, yes, it did happen before social media.
Absolutely, kids were always, man. I was getting bullied in 1987 for this stuff, and 1986 for this stuff, And there's no social media at school. Like, they're not allowed on social media. They're allowed to have their phones and things like that during recess and lunch and things like that. But other than that, there is no, and I think this is, it's nannying, a platform that it's going to happen anyway, so if we can fix the bullying in the schools, if people are in the limelight, and that are, political figures, actors, anything like that, there's always going to be harassment. There always has been harassment. They chose that line of work.
Yeah.
And so there's always going to be criticism. If they can't take that criticism, then they've chosen the wrong line of work. Yes, I agree that these platforms have given us a voice, more so. But if it's anything, they should be listening, like politicians and things like that should be listening to that voice, not criticizing that they're getting bullied.
Yeah, but also some people are making illegal statements. Like if you wrote it in a newspaper, and said, Zarn's a dipstick, you can sue the person who wrote it.
Why? It's their opinion. Let them have that opinion.
Yeah. So, and
we make a tiny little show, and I know we don't have a huge amount of followers, but if people think I'm a dipstick, people think I'm a dipstick. Like,
so
it's not the first time I've heard it.
But yeah, so
I just think that this could be,
but they say people, they say, they can come on and say Michael stole a car, and therefore it's always going to be there in the background when people do a search on Michael that he stole a car.
Yep.
And I didn't.
Yep.
So you have to be able to get rid of the real incorrect stuff. You have to be able to get rid of it. And so you have to legislate.
Do you though? Like, so we've got the left and the right, and then you got your middle, but your left and your right, they're always gonna talk so much garbage. And you can see it online now. Like you've got shows like, Joe Rogan. You've got that crazy Alex guy. I can't never remember his name. That are talking about lizard people living under the. Joe Rogan hasn't, but Alex, whatever his name is, has. Lizard people. If people can't differentiate, what is real and what isn't.
Yeah, but
why do we need to monitor that? I don't understand. Like we're literally babying people. Like, no, make your own choices. If you make the wrong choice, you're going to make the mistake, and you'll pay for the mistake. Okay. That's my opinion. Where this money should be going is like, my phone was off for 2 hours about 2 weeks ago. I didn't charge it, and I just didn't even that I started. I was with the kids. Within that 2 hours, my number was used to call 3 other people about whatever it was. I don't know, but it was definitely trying to either scam them out of money, or it was, one of those Amazon, things. And they all called me and said, "Hey, you've called my number." I didn't. My phone was off. Hey. I think there should be more money put into monitoring incoming calls from this country for scammers that are taking billions of dollars from this country.
I agree wholeheartedly there.
Yeah. And so, what Debbie says about Mary on the internet, who cares?
Yeah. And I get, one of the things that's going through heaps at the moment is these people saying, we want to upgrade your website and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they've all got, say, Gmail accounts.
Mm-hmm.
If they were any good, they'd have a business email address.
That's right.
Like, why would they have a Gmail account?
Yep.
Just as an example. And I'm getting heaps of those every day, like 10 of them every day from different people.
Yeah, and for another instance, like Frank Woodley, great Australian comedian, very, very funny man. He is doing the Australian version of Would I Lie to You?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm really excited about this because I love Would I Lie to You. It's a fantastic show. Very, very funny. Bringing it over here. I commented on Facebook, "Oh, that's great, congratulations, yada, yada, yada." I then got a message from Frank Woodley, double Y, saying, "Congratulations, you've gone in our sweepstake and you won $1,000 worth of prizes." Had his picture, everything like that. And I went onto the profile. He had 3 people. 3 people liked his page. I'm like, clearly this is a scam. They're trying to get all your information so they can give you $1,000 worth of prizes. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why aren't we stopping that sort of thing?
Yeah.
And teaching our children to treat people how they like to be treated. And that bullying isn't
and even which I don't understand, in America, you've got to pay for that privilege. You've got to pay the phone company, and it's not every phone company's got it. You've got to, or every SIM card company's got it. You've got to pay for the privilege to stop your number being used in scams. I would have thought it was up to the phone company.
Yeah.
Or it should be up to the phone company.
To provide you with that sort of security.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why isn't, considering, we do have a few more, mobile services now, but back, you know, when it first started, we only had like Optus, Telstra,
and
Vodafone,
Hutchison Telecoms, which became Vodafone.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like yeah, even when we had dial telephones,
yeah,
it was illegal for someone to tap into it and use it for anything.
yeah,
anything.
exactly. So why hasn't, you know, these companies should have that security measure?
Absolutely, right.
And it should be built into your contract.
And we have sent emails
yes.
to the phone companies asking,
absolutely,
and got no reply.
Absolutely no.
So we've been doing that for a while now. But that's the one, yes. So we're just about to talk about scamming on text messages.
Yeah.
So
I get at least 5 a week.
Yeah. So when I put the screen up, for those who can see it on screen, I'll just put it up there now. Under the number, like, you've got to read what's there and pay attention. Don't just, you know, and then you can't necessarily even block the number. That's the problem.
You can. I can. I always block them.
It may not be coming from that number, because I've actually had stuff like this come from my number to me.
Yeah.
And from my email address to me.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. So the only people that can actually do anything about it are the carriers.
Yeah.
So,
why you should never open these text messages. Aussies are reporting an influx of scam text messages attempting to spook users into thinking they're being exposed online.
Or won lots of money.
Yeah, that's right. News.com.au reports the notorious Flubot scammers are out in force again, with thousands of Aussies complaining of the influx of scam text. The Flubot scam first arrived in Australia in August 2021, characterised by a text from an Australian phone number to... Sorry, the cat was just touching me. What's he doing? Phone number that enticed users to click on a link that would then infect the device with malware. Since the first report, thousands of Australians have had the malware text sent to their phone. In the first 8 weeks, 13,000 Australians made a formal complaint to the Scam Watch division of the Australian Comprehension and Consumer Commission,
the ACCC.
Yeah. At first, phone users were tricked into clicking the scam link by promises of missed voicemails. Then this progressed to click your URL provided to track your delivery parcel. Scams warned that the scammers' strategy had changed again. Now Australians are being duped into thinking their photos have been shared online. When they click the link, they are taken to a page saying their phone has been infected. The link claiming to remove the virus is indeed the real malware. One person posts on Reddit showing scam texts from 5 different numbers gathered thousands of reactions on Monday. Yep. I got one today that basically said, "We have failed to deliver your order. What are you going to do?" Then it linked is a bloody annoying when it happens in the middle of the night, one person said. I've had a huge influx of spam messages after picking up a call from a random number a few weeks ago. The call hung up immediately, and my number was likely sold to an active number list. So if you don't know the number, don't pick up and reply. Look, if I don't know the number, I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Like, especially if I'm getting those text messages, I Google them and find out who they are. I get them all the time. I'm pretty sure I've got one now. Yep. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry, that's Pizza Hut. That's not a scam. It's just making me hungry. Here it is. All right. Your package is here. Click tracking.
Yeah.
Where are we there? I don't know if you can see that, but that is it right there.
Scam heaven.
Yep. And I'm getting these on a daily basis, and I just delete them. Straight away, I block the number.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then that's what you need to do. Like, don't, if you're getting back, they said, oh, there's images of you online that might expose you. I've made a sex tape. I want it online. And so they're like, "Oh, your images are online. You're going to get exposed." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Exposure, excellent. Hopefully, they're going to promote this show as well.
Yeah.
So I just delete them. Just ignore them completely. Delete them straight away. Don't look at them. Don't click anything.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them. I get plenty of calls that hang
Swipe
up on me.
left.
And sometimes I do answer unknown numbers, but it's because I have children. It could be a doctor, it could be a teacher, it could be, whoever.
Yeah.
So yes, I do answer the calls. But if no one answers, if I say hello and there's no answer, I hang up straight away and I block the number.
Yeah, I run a business and I very, very rarely answer unlisted numbers.
Yeah.
For a start.
Yeah, if it's unlisted, I won't answer it.
And then if I do get a scam call, I ring the number back and it's either disconnected or the person doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, that's the way it goes.
I've had guys text me and say, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Who's this?" And they're like, "You called me." And I'm like, "Mate, I didn't call you." And then they give me a mouthful of abuse. And so I delete them and block them. Because and they think I'm the one calling them, and but I'm not. These scammers will grab your number, they'll call 6-7 people before it's out of use. Sometimes
it gets pumped through over and over and over again. So you have to. Unfortunately, we have to go in and report this stuff to the ACCC.
Yeah.
To tell them it's happening and to get around to reducing it eventually.
Yes.
Because the baddies just sit at home, press a button, and then go to work.
Yeah.
They go and do an ordinary job while the computer does it all day.
Yeah.
So yes, please keep that in mind. And now, worst case, if you have been hit by the malware, malware bites is what I recommend. Yeah. As that's what I use at ithelptoyou.com.au. And malware bites. For your phone, for your computer. I think it's even available for Windows now, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, been supporting the Macintosh for basically 38 years. Quite really. So lots of fun. Enjoy what I do. Had several different businesses that all do supporting the computer. So yeah. What's next? I'm sure we've got gaming.
Yep. Awesome.
So I've got another PGX. So what game we got this week?
Galaga Wars Plus.
Okay.
Now, I don't need to tell anybody on here what Galaga is. I hope not anyway. So everyone knows what Galaga is. This is Galaga Wars Plus. It's updated. It's on Apple Arcade, and it's just look. If you like Galaga, you're going to love this game. It was absolutely fantastic to play. I actually I got into a little bit of trouble for playing it at home because one of my sons was going, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and I didn't answer him. So. My wife was like, "Why are you answering him?" It was because I was playing Galaga. So
this has been around for a long time.
It has. Galaga's been around since Space Invaders.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those games. It's like I said, it's been completely updated. The graphics, actually, I was really impressed with. The sounds, everything like that were really good. Getting through the next stage was fantastic. The bonuses, the extra weapons that drop. All that Galaga fun. I highly, highly recommend it. Only thing I did have a problem with, so I'm going to give it, let me think. Off the top of my head, I'm going to give it 4.2 apples out of 5. And because, like Angry Birds, they only give you 2 men a day, like 2 ships a day. So if you die, you've either got to collect the coins, and you do collect the coins, but sometimes you don't collect enough to then carry on and continue.
Yeah.
And so you've got to wait till the next day to be able to play. If this platform is going to be free, and you can't buy and you can't do all that sort of stuff, especially like again with Angry Birds and games like this, then they need to give you a little more leeway with what they're offering for lives and supplies and things like that on the platform, because having the game come in and be exactly the same as it would be on a paid platform limits to the amount you can play. And so that's my only discrepancy with this game. Other than that, it is brilliant. And it's not even, I don't even really have the problem with the game. It's more the platform itself. So, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Good. So, entertainment.
Yep.
Servant is back for series 3.
Yep.
And Fraggle Rock is back.
Yes.
The new Fraggle Rock.
Yep.
Yeah. And this Friday coming.
Before we go on, let's talk about Fraggle Rock.
Okay.
All right. So, I loved Fraggle Rock as a kid. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
New series is a little bit different. They did a great series while in lockdown. They handled that so well to keep kids entertained and understand what was happening.
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely brilliant. And, all to the power of the Jim Henson Company.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl has gone ahead and done the theme song for Fraggle Rock. I don't know if he's done it for Fraggle Rock or if he's just done a cover of the Fraggle Rock theme song, but you should check it out. It is really, really cool. And watch Fraggle Rock. If you've got little kids and big kids, yeah, check it out. It is absolutely fantastic. That's all I have to say about That's all I have to say about Fraggle Rock. I just wanted to say that because I'm a huge fan and have been since I was my kid's age. So.
And this Friday coming, which make it the 28th, the after party. And the after party is some young adults go to a party, and then at the end of the party, someone dies.
Yes.
And then each episode is each person's view of what happened. So I'm looking forward to watching that. The trailers seem pretty good. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Now, what's our next one?
Sorry, I'm patting the cat.
Yeah.
He's in here and getting he wants attention.
Yeah.
And so you've lost some weight, buddy.
So don't forget, everybody, that we've got Blue Ocean web hosting.
Yes.
So choose the right hosting for your business. So if you've got a micro business, a small business, a medium-sized business, email only, DNS only, starting out, start here. So you're starting out by yourself or have a small team or just small requirements from a web host. This plan gives you enough resources to dive in, get started, and paddle around. You will receive your very own account manager in case you run into problems you are unable to deal with yourself. All of the plans, including the starter hosting plan, gives you the speed, security, and reliability you demand to allow your website to be up and running whenever your clients need it. Pardon me. So don't forget, we've got web hosting, domains, SSL certificates, and it's amazing. The security part's the dearest part. It's $49 a year. Yeah. You can register your own domain from $19.95 a year, and you're hosting the starter, the business, and the business plus. They start at $15.95 a month. But that includes lots of things. And as you said, you even get your own account manager for that. So, yeah. So don't forget, blueoceanwebhosting.com.au.
Awesome.
And now
I was just wrestling the cat while that was happening.
That. Over there.
He's all over me at the
Get
moment.
the next one ready. So,
how to test your max internet speed and quality.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Macworld helps us. The past 2 years have put new emphasis on how important an internet connection is to our daily lives. At the same time, some of us have never experienced such slowdowns and erratic performance as these past 2 years, coupled with overloading and previous capability home networks. Measuring internet networking performance can help you stay efficient, keep entertained, and remain less frustrated. Several tools can help you measure or monitor your internet and network performance, and many of them are free. Many network tools measure a single snapshot or monitor ongoing samples, data going into our... Sorry, stop. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Going in and out of a single computer. This includes all data traveling within our local network and that being sent to and received from the internet. This includes Mac OS Activity Monitor in applications, utilities, peak hour, and ISAT menus. Peak hour has the unique ability to also sample bandwidth data from routers and broadband modems that broadcast the information. More on that in a bit. You can also pick up some information about your network connection in the Wi-Fi menu. Some routers and broadband modems let you log in and view through throughput data or run different network tests. However, to measure how much throughput you have to and from the internet, the actual real performance of your connection, you have to use a test tool that interacts with a server somewhere else and the reports on the speed of those interactions. Such tools include Speed Test and the macOS Monterey, command line tool network quality. Active Monitor. macOS built-in Active Monitor has a network tab, which has a data chart at the bottom that starts tracking network traffic in and out of your Mac when it's launched. This can help you begin the journey to see if your Mac is the problem and individual apps or the network. Activity monitors. Minimal chart reveals the data is flowing and the current performance. Activity Monitor is located in Applications and Utilities. Click the Network tab, which is located in the upper right next to the search icon, the magnifying glass. Speed Test. The free speed test from Okla checks latency and upstream and downstream throughput over several seconds, and then averages the maker cells aggregated and
aggregated,
anonymized testing data to ISPS and other available as Mac or iPadOS apps. Only click the Go button in the circle.
Yeah, because there's heaps on that one. Yeah. There's heaps of
ads,
heaps and ads.
Yeah,
that's right. And so I only click the Go button.
Yeah. I use Speed Test a fair bit. Speaking of fluctuating speeds and breakdowns and everything like that, we've had an issue for about the last 6 months at home that just comes and goes. You ring up my provider and I say, this is what's going on. And they go, yep, no worries. And then they'll come back, there's an outage in your area. Yeah. And it's always the same spot. Like, it literally is always the same spot. I don't know why they just don't fix that whole connection instead of just fixing the one. Yeah. You know, and it's an old, the stand-up round things over on the street behind mine. And I'm pretty sure
it just gets wet.
Yeah.
Even though everything's fibre.
Yeah. It's either getting wet or it's right at the front of someone's house on the corner there. Or the old fellow who lives on the corner is backing out and hitting it.
So another simple speed tester is just go to fast.com, which is owned by, which one? Netflix.
Yeah.
And it only gives you the download speed, doesn't give you
Yeah.
upload speed or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
It just says this is your download speed, which
Yeah.
is the picture we put up. So, and of course, links, more information in the show notes. So your earbuds are gross, and here's how to clean them properly. So if I click this button here, it'll show all of these. So USA Today helps us. Your earbuds, unless you clean them regularly, crud builds up in a way that would be embarrassing if anyone else saw it. Here's how to get rid of it. Wiping away the crud. Compared to other gadgets, earbuds rack up an extraordinary amount of nastiness. They collect dirt and skin particles, earwax, grease, and sweat. They're like portable petri dishes for your biological debris. Yuck. Lucky it's not hard to wipe it all away. First, grab a microfiber cloth, lightly dampen it, and wipe down the cord and the body of each earbud. You can use the steps of your earbuds in the charging case too, but avoid anything wet on the speaker area of your headphones. You could also use cleaning wipes. And a pro tip, if you have white corded headphones covered in dirt and scuffs, use a pencil eraser, an ordinary white pencil eraser, to buff the dark streaks away. When cleaning your earbud speakers, you need to be careful. Sharp objects like toothpicks or safety pins can do severe damage. A plastic tool like a flosser is a safer option for scraping earwax or other buildups from around the edge. Once you're done, use a dry cloth to wipe away the junk gently. One viral TikTok trick recommends blue tack, the reusable adhesive putty that used to hang up posters, as a safer option. Sculpt it into the ball and press it into your earbud speakers, then pull it away. It should have picked up all the junk inside your earbuds. And here's what you need to avoid. Whatever you do, don't run water over your earbuds. Sure, you can use a slightly damp cloth or cleansing wipe, but make sure you soak up that moisture with a dry, soft, lint-free cloth when you're done. Avoid metal or wire brushes. Also, want to skip chemical detergents. Plain water should be more than enough for the cord and body of your headphones or earbuds. And that's important. Headphones as well, remember?
Yep.
They get sweat from where they go around your ears all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Next one.
Stunning black background photos at home. iOS1200.com helped us in the show notes in a link to an easy to follow video on how to improve your portrait mode photo skills. So the link's below.
Yeah. So it's how to get really nice contrast with the black background.
It's a YouTube video, so you can pause it, rewind it, whatever you need to do to follow along. So it's great.
Absolutely. And now, this is last because I'd already done all the show notes.
Yeah.
Apple just announced a new photography competition. Apple invites iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max users to capture the little things in a big way with a macro photography shot on iPhone challenge.
Oh, cool.
The challenge starts today and runs through to Feb 16. Winners will be announced in April. The iPhone 13 Pro lineup features the most advanced cameras, blah, 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 with a minimum focus of 2 centimeters. So to celebrate macro photography, Apple welcomes you to share your favorite macro photos taken on 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags shot on iPhone and hashtag iPhone macro challenge to participate in the challenge. A panel of expert judges from the industry and Apple review worldwide submissions and select 10 winning photos. The photos will be celebrated in a gallery on Apple's new room and on Instagram and official Apple accounts. They may also appear in digital campaigns, Apple store locations, billboards, which is where I see them all the time on Parramatta Road, or in a public photo exhibition. And there's a link to the whole deal in the show notes, of course.
Yep.
So, yeah, absolutely excellent.
That sounds really cool.
Do we have anything else to chuck on
No.
No. So we're finally starting to get some news, but as we try not to cover too many just rumours about when blah, 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 or what's coming out this year or what's coming out next week, or if it's only a rumour, we try, it's not really worth talking about. So thanks to Blue Ocean Web Hosting and IT Help to You for their support. The show promotion, the show notes link each week on the show upload, the link being
AussieMacZone.com.au AMZ 401. There you will see the last 6 weeks of show notes.
You can email us at Michael or Zarn at AussieMacZone.com.au.
However you listen to us, please give us a rating. It helps us find others like you and me.
Yep.
Yeah. And like
Absolutely.
I say all the time, we do it for you.
Don't forget, just follow us on Apple News on Aussie Mac Zone. Please tell your family about us. And most importantly, thanks to our supporters, you, our listeners, and watching us. Over to Zarn for our now infamous sign-off.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day today. See you next week. Remember, an apple a day keeps the Androids away. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.